Hey Bears Nation! What's up everyone? Glad to have you back here for some fresh exclusive updates straight from Chicago Bears training camp. Before we jump into the meat of today's video, don't forget to smash that subscribe button and hit the like. You don't want to miss any breaking news or behind the scenes coverage this season. Trust me, things are heating up and the Bears are shaping up to be exciting in ways we haven't seen in a while. Alright, let's talk about one of the brightest spots in camp so far, Luther Burden. If you've been following along, you know. Burden had a bit of a rocky start because of the injury that cost him some valuable practice time. Early on, there were some concerns, even from Coach Ben Johnson, about how the time off might impact Burden's timing, chemistry with the quarterbacks, and overall rhythm with the offense. But based on what we've seen recently, those worries seem to be fading fast. Burden has been absolutely everywhere on the field during practices. I mean, he's been lighting up every drill, from one-on-one matchups to 7-on-7, all the way up to full 11-on-11 team reps. He's been showing off the full range of skills that made us all so hyped about him coming into camp. Yesterday in particular was a statement day for him. Burden hauled in 5 receptions, and 2 of those were deep balls that he snagged with tight coverage. That's a huge deal because it shows he's not just a short route guy. He's got the range and the hands to be a serious downfield threat. And he's doing it all with a kind of confidence and explosiveness that just can't be faked. It's the kind of presence you want from a slot receiver, especially on a team that's looking to get creative and dynamic in how it spreads the ball around. What's really encouraging is how he's been integrating with all 3 quarterbacks in the rotation. That kind of versatility is rare for a rookie, especially one coming off an injury. He's catching passes from the starter, the backup, and whoever else is getting reps, and it seems like the chemistry is clicking regardless of who's under center. That's huge because it means the offense doesn't have to revolve around just one QB to get the most out of Burden. He's proving to be a consistent weapon no matter the situation. The more reps he gets, the sharper he looks. His route running has been crisp. His footwork and quickness are allowing him to create separation, even against the toughest defenders. And his hands, they're rock solid. We've seen him make contested catches, haul in tough balls on the move, and even win those contested jump ball situations that show not just talent, but also heart and determination. And if there's one thing Bears fans know, it's that we need players who bring that kind of grit and toughness to every snap. It's also worth noting that Luther's presence in the slot opens things up for the rest of the receiving core. We've talked a lot about DJ Moore and his ability to get out in space and make plays. With Luther anchor in the slot, that adds a new dimension to the offense. Defenses now have to respect multiple threats across the field, which can help but create more opportunities for everyone. The Bears offense could be looking at one of the deepest, most talented wide receiver groups in recent memory. I know that's a bold claim, but between Luther, DJ Moore, Omide Zaccheaus, and others like Rome Dunn and Caleb Williams, the talent level is definitely rising. Speaking of Omide Zaccheaus, this guy is a veteran presence in that slot position and has been quietly making a big impact during camp. Before the Bears even drafted Burden, Zaccheaus was already seen as a key weapon, and now having both of them healthy and contributing adds so much versatility. He's got speed, savvy, and experience, which complements the explosiveness of Luther perfectly. Zaccheaus has been making plays in tight coverage and providing that reliable target down the middle and in critical situations. And don't overlook how much his presence helps the young quarterbacks, especially Caleb Williams, by giving them a dependable option who knows how to find soft spots in coverage and make those contested grabs. Speaking of Caleb Williams, he's another huge story coming out of camp. The kid is really starting to string together some solid performances day after day. Reports are coming in from coaches and insiders that Thursday's practice was arguably his best yet. He's spreading the ball all over the field, hitting targets both short and deep, and finding receivers in stride. Whether it's connecting with Burden, Zaccheaus, Rome Odunze, or DJ Moore, Caleb's getting into a rhythm that's exciting to watch. It's clear that the work he's putting in with Coach Ben Johnson is paying off. There was a specific challenge set by Johnson for Williams, a 70% completion rate, which is no small task for any quarterback, let alone one still in his sophomore year. If Caleb can hit that mark consistently, it shows not just his talent, but the hard work he's putting into mastering this offense and adapting to the speed and complexity of the NFL. What's great about Caleb is that he's not just a stat guy or a highlight reel player. He's building real trust with his teammates, and that's huge in football. He's already talking about the chemistry he's developing with tight end Ken Loveland, and those kinds of connections are what win games. Caleb mentioned a moment recently where he threw a ball that slipped out of his sweaty hand on a deep route. The kind of mistake you might expect to result in a dropped pass or even an interception. But Loveland rose up, snagged the ball, and made the catch. That play alone says so much about their growing relationship and mutual confidence. When your quarterback trusts his tight end to make those kinds of catches, it's a big deal. And the vibe around Loveland is great too. Caleb said he's not just talented, but smart. Really cerebral about the game, which helps him adjust quickly and avoid mistakes. He's a young guy still learning, sure, but the coachability and grit are there. You want your tight end to be that reliable safety net and that threat over the middle, and Loveland is stepping into that role nicely. Now, I'm not saying it's all sunshine and rainbows yet. Training camp is one thing, real games are another. We haven't seen how these guys perform when the pads go on and the hits get harder, the speed gets faster, and the defenses are lined up ready to punish any mistake. There were some hiccups in the early week, some pre-snap confusion, some inaccurate throws from Caleb, but those seem to be smoothing out as the week goes on, especially now that more of the key skill players like Burden and Loveland are healthy and on the field. Consistently, the coaching staff deserves a lot of credit here. Ben Johnson and defensive coordinator Dennis Allen have brought a new level of professionalism and structure to this team. It's not just about having a game plan, it's about tailoring that plan to the specific strengths and weaknesses of the players, focusing on fundamentals while still allowing for creativity and playmaking. Johnson's approach of building the offense around the running game first, establishing that ground control, while then spreading the ball out to versatile weapons like DJ Moore, Luther Burden, and Omide Zacchaeus is a smart, balanced strategy. It keeps defenses honest and opens up play action opportunities that can really change the game. Before we switch gears to the defense, I want to shout out to a couple other offensive players who have been making noise. Romo Dunay is another young receiver showing great chemistry with Caleb Williams. Quick, reliable, and tough to cover. Then there's Miles Boykin, who's been catching some nice throws and showing promise as a dependable target. All these pieces coming together is a big reason why Bears fans have real reasons to get excited about the offense this season. All right, now a quick word on the defensive side. And there's definitely some encouraging news there too. Montez Sweat has been standing out, particularly with a big sack in one of the final practice series. After a disappointing statistical year last season, seeing Sweat get after the quarterback or make those kinds of plays again is a big boost. Plus, players like Ruben Hiplight have also been stepping up in practice, showing that the defensive front is hungry and ready to improve. Chemistry and effort on that side of the ball will be crucial if the Bears want to make some noise this year. Wrapping it all up, training camp so far has been a breath of fresh air for Bears fans. There's real energy, talent, and development happening on both sides of the ball. That said, I'm going to keep it real. As much as we want to get hyped and believe this team can win 10 or 11 games, let's hold our breath just a little. The NFL grind is brutal, and it remains to be seen how much of this progress will translate once the lights are on for real, live games. But if the players keep adapting to the coaching style, keep putting in the work, and keep building those on-field connections, the future looks bright. The preseason games are just around the corner, and I can't wait to see how the Bears look when it counts. Will Luther Burden continue to prove himself as a reliable weapon? Will Caleb Williams hit that magic 70% completion rate? Will the defense finally start to gel and make those stops that have been missing? These are the questions we'll be looking to answer. We've been talking a lot about Luther Burden and his explosive presence in the slot, and it's important to highlight that what he's doing doesn't happen in isolation. The coaching staff is building this offense meticulously, and the way they're integrating Burden into multiple formations and schemes is a big part of why he's succeeding. The Bears are clearly committed to giving him every opportunity to thrive, rotating him into different packages, and letting him run routes that maximize his speed, agility, and ability to create separation. It's not just about catching the ball. It's about making defenders respect his quickness and forcing them to make tough decisions about coverage. And when you do that, you open up space for the entire offense. Another interesting angle here is the way the Bears have been leveraging their tight ends in this offense. Ken Loveland in particular has really stepped into a bigger role. Watching him in practice, it's obvious that he's not just a blocker or a safety valve. He's a legitimate receiving threat. His ability to read defenses, find soft spots, and coverage and adjust routes on the fly is growing every day. The connection between Caleb Williams and Loveland is developing into something special. You're one that can keep defenses guessing. And let's be honest, when you have a tight end who can both block and catch effectively, that's a nightmare for opposing linebackers and safeties trying to cover him. Loveland's knack for making clutch catches in tight spaces is a huge asset. It adds a layer of unpredictability to the Bears' passing game, and it helps create mismatches. In some drills, the coaches have been moving him all over the formation, sometimes lining him up as a fullback, sometimes as an H-back, and sometimes out wide. That versatility is exactly what the modern NFL offense needs, and it gives Caleb Williams the ability to spread the field and attack defenses from different angles. Speaking of Caleb, it's clear the kid is growing every single day. Beyond the numbers and the accuracy, what impresses most is his decision-making under pressure. The NFL speed can be overwhelming, and there have been moments when he's had to think fast and react even faster. That's not something every young quarterback can handle well, but Caleb is showing poise and calmness that remind you of more experienced signal callers. That's a huge plus for a team looking to stabilize the quarterback position after years of uncertainty. He's been working closely with Coach Ben Johnson on film study, mechanics, and mental reps, and it's paying off. Caleb's footwork has improved noticeably, and he's more consistently hitting his throws with good timing. He's learning when to trust his arm and when to rely on his legs to extend plays. That dual threat capability adds a dangerous element to the Bears' offense. And with players like Burden, Loveland, and DJ Moore running routes and making plays, Caleb has a solid foundation to build on. Now, shifting gears to the running game, it's clear the Bears are serious about establishing the ground attack. Early and often, running back Rashad Penny has been impressive in camp. He's showing great vision, burst through the line, and the toughness to run between the tackles. What's exciting is how he's meshing with the offensive line. The line, despite some turnover and new faces, has been improving their chemistry. The coaching staff is working them hard on communication and technique, which is essential for creating those big running lanes. The Bears have been mixing up zone runs, power plays, and stretch runs, and Rashad is proving adept at reading blocks and making defenders miss in tight spaces. When you combine a back like Penny with the threat of a passing game that features multiple weapons, you force defenses to stay honest. They can't just drop 8 or 9 players into coverage without risking big runs or play action bombs. That balance is crucial, especially in a division as competitive as the NFC North. On the offensive line, the emergence of a few young players has been a bright spot. The coaching staff has high hopes for some of the rookies and younger vets. The ability to protect the quarterback and open holes for the running back will be a key factor in whether this offense can reach its potential. So far, we're seeing promising signs, but consistency is going to be critical once the games start. All right, let's talk about a defense, which has been just as active in camp. The Bears have been focusing heavily on pass rush and secondary coverage, knowing that the league is more pass heavy than ever before. Defensive coordinator Dennis Allen has been pushing his players to be aggressive, disciplined, and smart in their assignments. One name that's been buzzing is Montez Sweat, who's been showing flashes of the player we all hoped for last season. Sweat's ability to generate pressure on the quarterback is a huge boost to the defensive front. When you have a guy who can consistently get into the backfield and disrupt plays, it changes how offenses plan and operate. Opposing QBs start to hurry their throws, which can lead to mistakes and turnovers. Sweat has been working hard on his pass rushing moves, footwork, and hand placement. The result is a more confident, explosive presence on the defensive line. Alongside Sweat, players like Ruben Hiplight and Justin Hudson have been stepping up. They're working together to create a cohesive front that can both stop the run and rush the passer. The Bears have also been mixing in some blitz packages to keep offenses off balance. It's clear Allen wants a defense that can create pressure without needing to blitz constantly. That way, they can keep more players in coverage and limit big plays. The secondary has seen some promising development too. Young players are stepping up, and veterans are providing guidance. The key will be limiting big plays and improving tackling in the open field. Coverage breakdowns can be costly, especially against the speedy wide receivers in the NFC North. But with the work being done in practice, it looks like the defense is moving in the right direction. One of the things that stood out this week was the special teams play. Often overlooked, special teams can be the difference in close games. The Bears have been emphasizing discipline and execution here, and players are buying into the importance of these units. Field position, successful returns, and reliable kicking all add up to critical advantages in tight contests. Taking a step back. It's easy to see how much growth this Bears team has shown in such a short time. The culture shift under the current coaching staff is palpable. Players are focused, competitive, and more cohesive. They're buying into the system and working hard to improve every aspect of their game. That kind of mindset is essential for sustained success. There are still question marks, of course. Injuries can derail even the most promising camps. Consistency will be a challenge, especially with young players in key roles, and the schedule won't get any easier once the regular season starts. But if the Bears can keep building on what they've started, keep their players healthy, and continue to develop their young talent, they could surprise a lot of people. The Bears offense, with its combination of a balanced running game, multiple receiving threats, and a steadily improving quarterback, could be poised to take a big step forward. The defense, anchored by a stronger pass rush and better coverage, looks ready to make things difficult for opponents. Special teams are adding another layer of reliability and strategy. All of these pieces together give the Bears a chance to be competitive in every game. As the preseason games approach, the real test begins. That's when all the hard work, the reps in practice, and the schemes start to come together under real pressure. It's exciting to think about how some of these young players will perform when the stakes are high and the crowd noise is deafening. So what should Bears fans be watching for in the next couple of weeks? Keep an eye on Luther Burden. If he continues to develop chemistry with Caleb Williams and stays healthy, he could be a breakout star. Watch Caleb's progression as he gains confidence and sharpens his decision making. Look for Rashad Penny to keep pounding the rock and make big plays. On defense, monitor how Montez Sweat and the front seven ramp up their pressure. And don't forget about the special teams. Field position battles often set the tone for games. The coaches will be making final roster decisions and shaping the depth chart, so expect some competition and battles for starting spots. That internal competition often leads to better performance, so it's a good sign. In conclusion, this Bears team is showing a lot of promise and heart. The building blocks are there: talent, coaching, and a strong work ethic. The key now is to stay healthy, stay focused, and bring that energy into the regular season. If they can do that, the Bears could be in for a season that surprises a lot of people and hopefully brings some much-needed wins and excitement back to Soldier Field. That's the latest from Camp Bears fans. Stay tuned as I keep bringing you all the updates, insights, and highlights. Remember to keep the faith, stay positive, and as always, bear down. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy, drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Speculation is swirling in the NFL world as whispers grow louder about an unexpected and seismic shift in the league's defensive landscape. According to sources close to the situation, Nick Bosa, the face of the San Francisco 49ers defense, and arguably one of the league's most dominant edge rushers, may have walked away from the franchise in a stunning turn of events. While no official confirmation has emerged, multiple reports suggest that Bosa could have secretly inked a deal with the Chicago Bears. If true, this would send shockwaves through the NFC and raise serious questions about the 49ers' ability to maintain their elite defensive status without their star pass rusher. Insiders have hinted at months of growing tension behind the scenes in Santa Clara, with disputes over contract clauses, team direction, and reported clashes with management. Possibly contributing to this alleged departure, fans and analysts alike are struggling to make sense of the rumored betrayal. After all, BOSA was not only a team captain, but the cornerstone of the 49ers and that shield holding the 49ers championship aspirations. Could it be that personal ambition, contract incentives, or even a desire for a fresh start led him to jump ship? Adding further fuel to the rumor mill is the supposed clandestine meeting between BOSA's agent and Bears executives in downtown Chicago just days before the story broke. Eyewitnesses claim to have seen the star defender at a high-end hotel near Soldier Field, and while no official statement has been made by either organization, cryptic social media activity from BOSA's camp has only intensified speculation. Several NFL insiders believe the Bears may have made an aggressive pitch, promising BOSA not only a record-breaking contract, but also a leadership role in a team undergoing a major rebuild. Chicago, eager to revive its once dominant defense, could view BOSA as the key to transforming their fortunes overnight. Still, many question whether this potential move was orchestrated in good faith or if it represents a shocking act of disloyalty. The timing, coming just weeks before the preseason kicks into high gear, leaves the 49ers scrambling for answers and potentially a replacement. If this rumor holds any truth, it would mark one of the boldest free agent coups in recent memory and redefine the power balance in the NFC. Sources close to the 49ers organization have described a mood of betrayal and disbelief among players and staff, particularly given BOSA's long-standing role as a leader in the locker room. While the team has not officially addressed the speculation, insiders suggest the front office had grown increasingly concerned over BOSA's silence during off-season training activities. His absence was initially chalked up to routine rest or personal training preferences, but in hindsight, it appears to have been a red flag. The possibility that BOSA may have already reached an agreement with Chicago while still under contract, or at least negotiating terms, has sparked ethical questions and could prompt an NFL investigation. Meanwhile, fans are venting their frustrations online, demanding answers and questioning how such a vital player could be allowed to slip away. Many feel blindsided, especially after a season where BOSA consistently delivered top-tier performances and publicly affirmed his commitment to the franchise. If this move is indeed real, it represents more than just a transfer. It's a cultural and emotional upheaval for the 49ers faithful, raising doubts about the franchise's stability and vision moving forward. Chicago, for its part, has remained tight-lipped. Still, rumors are swirling that the Bears are planning a massive press conference to unveil their newest acquisition, further igniting the firestorm. If Nick Bosa truly is heading to the Windy City, this would mark the franchise's biggest defensive signing since Khalil Mack. With their eyes on a playoff resurgence, adding a player of Bosa's caliber would signal that Chicago's no longer content with rebuilding. They are aiming to contend immediately. Speculation has emerged that BOSA was drawn to Chicago not just for financial reasons, but also for the opportunity to build something from the ground up, possibly under the leadership of a coaching staff that offered him more strategic freedom and personal recognition. The appeal of a fresh challenge, combined with whispers of discontent within the 49ers hierarchy, might have made the Bears an attractive landing spot. While Bears fans are already imagining BOSA terrorizing quarterbacks at Soldier Field, others are more cautious, wondering if such a deal could actually materialize without major contractual hurdles or league scrutiny. Regardless of whether it's true, the possibility alone has sent tremors through the NFL community. As the situation unfolds, attention turns to the league office and player union representatives, who may be asked to weigh in if tampering or contract violations are suspected. League insiders speculate that if BOSA's camp initiated talks before the appropriate legal window, penalties could follow, though enforcement would depend heavily on proof and formal complaints. At the same time, many observers wonder whether this is all a strategic ploy, a negotiation tactic designed to pressure the 49ers into offering an even more lucrative extension. After all, Bosa's leverage as a premier edge rusher is unparalleled, and his value to San Francisco remains immense. Could this be an elaborate bluff? A method to test loyalty or force a trade? For now, fans are left sifting through the whispers, screenshots, and supposed sightings, trying to separate fact from fiction. What remains clear is that Nick Bosa's name is now at the center of the biggest NFL rumor of the summer, and until either side speaks publicly, the speculation will only grow louder. Whether it's betrayal, negotiation, drama, or the dawn of a new era in Chicago, the league and its fans are watching closely. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.